Alright, so we got a fun one here today. As you all know, the update is almost here. We're only a few days away, and I do wonder how they're going to approach this one. Again, given we have the idea now that SSRs are just going to be standard onto this main banner, and then on a rate up is what you have to do to pull them, which is not terrible, right? It definitely isn't. But in the future, hopefully that SSR Plus thing gets kind of remedied, if you will. But today, let's hop into it. If you want to do the channel, like, subscribe, helps out a ton. Let's hop over there and let's talk about what we can expect with the newest character who looks pretty freaking good. Check it out. So we have this character over here, which I'll show it to you. In the dev notes, they actually give us more so a full first look, seeing animation and everything, which was really cool to see. We have the character art over here on the left, and we have the character ultimate, which is a flame user. And damn, the ultimate looks really freaking nice. Pretty solid animation there, but it is a massive AoE ultimate, which again, I don't know, man. I don't know if you know, but AoE ultimates are pretty nasty in this game, and they are kind of more so used for absolutely wiping the enemy team. So do keep that in mind. So already they're kind of seeing that one little aspect. Might be a really good character, which we'll find out soon. We'll see how this actually is. But the kit was already kind of yelled to us by data miners saying, yep, this is a kit to look forward to. So we already had that also in the back of our heads, understanding that, you know, it's going to be a lot here. It's going to be a lot here. So keep that in mind. Also, with the character launch, we're going to get a brand new training event, which I think is just the always same thing. But it says, will take place to showcase the new edition. So I don't think maybe it's not the new training event. It's not that. That's called a growth event. Whoa, that's called a. All right, so it's a different event, right? Some sort of training event in a launch. But yeah, we have the growth event usually, which gives us a free copy if we pull one plus one, so 2 copies, right? So keep that in mind. Okay, moving forward. I do not know how to pronounce this character's name. People tell me that you say it as YEON, like Yun. All right, but letters show me YEON or something like that. I'm sorry, bro. I don't know. And then apparently her first part is YIHWA. So just like how you pronounce Hua, I guess. I don't know, bro. I don't know. This character over here, we're gonna do it that way, all right? We're gonna do it that way. If I butcher the pronunciation, you let me know. I tried my best to research, and the best I could come up with is apparently it's pronounced Yun. Okay? Let's go. Moving forward. Explosion of Flame. This character detonates the Yun family flare to deal 245% of her attack as damage every second for 7 seconds to enemies in range. So again, keep in mind, as information does come out here, it's a ranged character. You're expecting a ranged character here. So again, do keep in mind that that kind of changes a lot of it. When team building occurs, ranged characters usually need somebody, you know, tanky in front of them ASAP, or they'll just get absolutely destroyed. Keep that in mind. All right, so team building, you have to at least incorporate some sort of solid carry tank. All right, that's already in kind of motion. Okay, she becomes immune to status effects while using her skill, but her physical and magical resistance are decreased by 20%. So again, she'll probably 1 billion% need a tank. That's just kind of how it is. Again, if you're looking at, people are calling her like the carry unit of the century now, like in comparison. I do think that she'll be a great carry unit, but again, we got to see how she compares to someone like Hat and stuff like that. I do think that she has potential. Just the spongy aspect has to be the only thing really tackled, because Hats can tank and carry in a way, and you have many other characters that can do similar aspects, but I think that she more so will have a little bit more of a spongy nature. But she'll do insane damage. She'll hit like massive numbers, that is true, but it's again like multiple scenarios that we have to test before speaking on it, right? If you look at it also, you have 2 characters, one being Hua and one being the new red support character, and both are already basically S+ tier characters. They both are busted, right? You have one as a carry unit, you have one as an outstanding support for like the long life of the game, as in, yes, they're going to always have red support now, which is very powerful. So understand, you're already at that aspect. So given they are valued at that, probably she will also be on that aspect. So you're expecting a pretty strong character over here. We have this over here. The character gathers her flames to deal 700% of attack as damage to enemies in a fan-shaped area, knocking them back. All right, first off, anytime a character has knockback on their kit, that can be really strong. That can be considered a skill interrupt. When that happens, it can absolutely save you. You do not know how many times Evan puts his knockback down and literally saves the game. Like, I can at least bring up 20 instances where Evan has saved the game, or other characters with a knockback have saved the game from interrupting a ult or something like that. But it's been a blast. So definitely knockback can be pretty good here. Timed that really well. That could actually be outstanding. So again, keep that in mind. But you look at the multipliers, they're pretty high. So I wonder if we're going to get, and this is only at level 4, by the way, right? So I wonder, you know, It's gonna be crazy. So all I know is gonna be crazy. So we'll see how she actually releases and what that plan is. But she does look like a very powerful character. So keep that in mind. We have Family Flare over here. The character envelops her entire body with flames, creating a barrier equal to 700% of her attack for 10 seconds. So 10 seconds, that's gonna last. The flame barrier deals 175% of her attack as damage every second to nearby enemies. So basically, 10 seconds you activate this. So for 10 seconds, you're dealing 175% damage. But again, that depends. As you can see here in this video, I wish I could pause it, but as you can see in the video, I can't right yet, no. But she's always at the back, correct? So she's at the back here. Really, if you have to like form it in a way where your tank is right in front. Like I think that circle that's around her, that is her barrier. So you have to keep in mind that they have to be right in her face for that skill to actually do anything, correct? Like it really isn't going to do too much. So that's good for a skill, like if they try to like push or whatever, and if you tank really well where your tank is right directly in front and they're rushing the tank, then that can give a little bit of backup support to kill whoever's, you know, kind of progressing or pushing the character. So it can be a good skill, but again, for a ranged character having the skill, remember, they have to be up in her face, which you do not want that. You don't want that to happen. Once that happens, it's kind of a problem. So you can see, right, she's at the very back. She's a ranged character. So that skill, if it's nearby enemies and that's the small radius, don't expect too much from it. But when they are pushing, that could be like a life-saving thing for the character to continue onwards and at least remain alive if she does get rushed by a different character, right? So again, that's where the entire tank play comes in, where you want someone to kind of keep her protected, because I don't know if that's going to really make her survive, right? 175 compared to her 700% multiply here, 245 over here. It's not much, correct? So it's not going to be an end all, going to kill everything that attacks, but it's going to at least chip away. So you're going to have to hope someone else can at least take the damage and keep you alive there. But that's that. We have our passive over here next up, right? This character ignites enemies hit by her basic attacks with embers to decrease their defense by 14%. The max is 6 stacks. When the number of stacks reaches its maximum, which is 6, again, as just mentioned, this character consumes them to deal 190% of her attack as damage to the enemy, stunning them for 3 seconds. The embers dissipate if the character dies. Wow. Okay, so if she hits the enemy with a basic attack, she automatically gets the defense shred, basically, of 14%. Okay? Maximum of 6 stacks. That's big multipliers here. Now, once you get these 6 stacks completed, once you max that, you then stun for 3 seconds and deal 190% additional damage. Is that actually the case? So you have a stun on the character, knockback on the character, shield on the character, and then you have an absolutely nuts ult. I'm telling you, she's going to be a very, very strong contender, dude. This passive can be so good. Consuming the stacks, again, depends, but it is still powerful. That's that stun also. Everything about it is kind of powerful here. It doesn't, so as soon as you, I'm guessing as soon as you reset the entire thing, you lose all the defense shreds, so to restart that defense shred. But it's not like a terrible thing in a way. Right, you constantly want that to kick off, so that is true, but I mean, it says, let me read one more time. It says she ignites enemies hit by her basic attacks with embers to decrease their defense by 14%. Max of 6 stacks. Okay, so I mean, it's not going to be a terrible thing at all, correct? But you would have wanted that like defense to last. But I guess I'm not getting the one part here is if it's going to actually extend into 6 stacks of you're going to multiply that every time. That would be nuts of a thing, but for what it is, I think the entire kit is very powerful. It really is powerful, right? We'll see how this does on bosses. I'm very curious about that also, which I don't know what happened. When are they going to announce the Knighthood or the Alliance competition back up? That thing is like so fun and actually reward heavy. Like it gave you so many rewards, but they still haven't announced the new one. I've been waiting for that one to kick up again because that can be some really good boss testing. But I do think for what it is, a yellow character, also keep that in mind. It is a very powerful kit. She's going to be a very strong character, only the SSR category, so you can actually dupe her out and everything. Magical and mage is the class over here, but definitely a character to look forward to. If you want to pull for her, she's actually going to be very solid on some sort of teams here, with a defense character or a tank character being your main focus. So if you're running some sort of data, it's a hard team, or mass team, you actually can get a very good backline DPS absolutely carrying for you, correct? Because right now she screams absolutely a broken DPS, all right? But we should always test. So don't make any assumptions just yet, but maybe a very good character to invest into if you would like to, right? Again, you need to pull dupes in this game, so it's not going to be like a one-day investment, but it'll take you over time, but it might be a great contender. Remember, the 2 characters we've already gotten are broken characters. Both are really good, and they've survived until this point as S+ tier characters in a way, right? Not S+, but S above. You know what I mean? Like SS, whatever, you know what I mean? So that's there. But with that, I'll catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, peace, and enjoy. That's been it for me. Take care. Really good character here.